Armed Services Committee member Markwayne Mullin and Senate Homeland Security Committee member Ashley Moody. Senators, welcome to you both. Senator Moody, I want to start with you, and I want to go to L.A., okay? The thing that really stood out to me is Attorney Bill Asaley saying the reason that they could go after these killers in the Mojave Desert who were testing out bombs is because they were deemed, Antifa was deemed a domestic terror organization. In other words, legal and moral clarity is what unlocked stopping this. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, I think what President Trump has done well is use existing law, existing resources, and be very aggressive on what he knows to be threats to our homeland. And I want to be very clear about this group. This group was not only pro-Palestinian, they were also anti-government, anti-law enforcement, a truly subversive group. And we know that they would have acted and carried these things out. And so I cannot thank the president enough for telling his DOJ and law enforcement to be aggressive and rooting out these structures. And I think you're going to look, when you have a recent elected mayor in New York that won't condemn the phrase globalize the intifada, that is a problem. When you have people, including elected politicians, glad-handing people that support violence and assault, not only anti-Semitic behavior, but assaults against law enforcement and our government, these are the things that are going to happen. And so we have got to be aggressive if we're going to protect Americans and this country.
Senator Markwayne Mullin, to the other senator's point, this is a version that we have seen of globalizing the Intifada. You had a thwarted terror attack in Germany. You have Paris canceling the New Year's Eve celebration because of security threats. You have the terror attack that was disrupted on our soil, and then you have a feckless leadership, even in word and deed in Australia, that essentially allowed this to happen. And it's when they coddle radicals, Islamic extremists, and anti-Semites and anti-Semitism that this happens.
Well, the Muslim population as a whole, with the extreme Islamic viewpoint, is what's bringing this anti-Semitic, anti-view, anti-lawlessness to our country. I mean, you think about it. Everywhere you see the Muslim population rise, you see the Islam faith try to move in, which, by the way, the Islam faith is not just a faith. It's a point of religion. If you read the Quran is a religious book that's a form of government that's pushing forward. You see anti-Semitic issues that rise. You see it in our campuses, you see it on our streets, you see it with our law enforcement, you see it in our states, you see it in our country, and it's rising at a point that we have to call it for what it is. Fortunately, you have President Trump that's standing up, that's causing these groups and designating them as domestic terrorists. But it's forcing them out of their hidey-ho. The reason why I say that is because DOJ is exposing them. Kash Patel with the FBI is going after them. They're working with the CIA, chasing their foreign contacts back into the United States, and we're hopefully being able to cut these off. However, we all know, as we stand here and we talk right now, we all know it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when one of these cells are going to be successful. We had 4 years of the Biden administration that turned a complete blind eye to what was happening inside the United States. 4 years that the DOJ spent more time chasing down 9/11 individuals than they were actually, 9/11, January 6 individuals, and they were actually looking at what domestic terrorism actually looks like. And that's what they have uncovered in LA, and they continue to uncover one plot at a time. Keep in mind, Dagan, it wasn't too long ago, they also disrupted a cell in Oklahoma City that was trying to do the exact same thing. And we're seeing this happen all over the country.
I just want to, before Brian moves on, remind people, in the Oval Office address, some 12 days after the October 7th terror attack on Jewish innocents in Israel, that Joe Biden used the word anti-Semitism twice. He used the word Islamophobia 3 times.
Right.
That was his concern.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, Senator Moody, I want to take us to Syria, where we had the killing of 2 Iowa National Guard members, others injured. I want to say exactly who they are. America should know. Sergeant William Nathaniel Howard, just 29 years old. Sergeant Edgar Torres Tovar, 25 years old. They're in Syria, okay? President Trump has reset the groundwork in Syria, but they're 2 young men from Iowa. And I wonder what you think about them being there, and I wonder what you want to see from President Trump in response. He said he's going to hit back very hard.
Yeah, I can tell you the oldest boy in our family is in the military, in the Army. I think we are all watching and wanting this president to take a strong stance in this type of behavior. I am sick and tired of people talking about supporting the Jewish community and making sure that we're rooting out evil and making sure that we're rooting out the Islamic State. We need people to take action. That's true leadership. I think President Trump is showing that. Certainly here in the Senate, we are demonstrating every day that we are putting our nose to the grindstone and working on policies that are going to support those efforts. And we need strength on the world stage. We need to make sure that the men and women that are over there serving this country, that they know we have their backs.
And I want to jump in on this one, too, because I want to keep in mind in 2017, when President Trump was in office, he was in office just a few months when al-Qaeda killed a captain with 19th Group up in the Kandahar region. And what did President Trump's response was? He dropped the mother of all bombs, the largest bomb since World War II. He made a huge statement, and al-Qaeda didn't attack our forces and take one of our service members out again during his presidency. I guarantee you, as I stand in front of you, there will be a response, and that response will be seen around the world when President Trump and Secretary Hegseth find these individuals and take out where they were residing.
This administration has shown strength. They have shown that we will protect Americans, will protect this country, will protect those that are serving us overseas, and I think you'll see that again.
Right.
Senators Markwayne Mullin and Ashley Moody, thank you so much. And to the families of Sergeants Torres Tovar and Howard,
Yes.
May their memories be a blessing, and prayers to you for strength in the days and even months and years ahead.
Amen.
President Trump's Department